Good morning, everybody. Good day, good evening, whenever you're watching this. It is Friday, April something or other. I want to say the 17th. I'm heading into Gettysburg early today. I have a meeting at 9:30, so I decided to get an early start and do a driving video with y'all. Good morning, Dustin. How you doing? And by the way, people still ask, when are we doing an AG today again? We do them every month. They're on Patreon only now, but they are free to view over on Patreon. So you can just go to Addressing Gettysburg's Patreon page, and it's patreon.com/Addressing Gettysburg. And then there you'll see AG Today available to all. Good morning, Valerie. Good morning, Roberts. Matt, good morning to you. Matthew, good morning to you. And Gunder Monkey, how are you? Good morning. Can't wait to get to town next weekend for my first Get Out of the Car tour. Who said that? That was Dustin. Oh, I thought you've been on one, Dustin. Well, good. Glad to have you. The Cherry Pie Show said, I am so sad I haven't seen or felt yet for an almost 2 years since I moved to Alabama. Don't get me wrong, I love Mobile, and there's so much rich history, but I do long for the fields of Gettysburg. By Mobile, you mean watching other people at Gettysburg? I mean, it's a close second. Well, it's not even a close second. It's a second, but it's not the same as actually setting foot on the ground, feeling the sun beat down on your face, the wind blowing through your hair if you have it, and the ground, the historic ground under your feet. Nothing like that. Good morning, Jeff, Ken, Kevin. Favox, good morning to you. It is a beautiful day. It's 68 degrees. I think it's only getting up in the 70s today. I'll take it. I'll take it. Beautiful, clear day. I feel like this is a tease. I broke out the shorts and the short sleeve shirt finally, and I feel like next week it's going to snow. Because sometimes it does that in April. Sometimes it does. But so far, we've been having beautiful weather in the last week. Kind of takes the sting of paying your taxes out a little bit to go outside and it's 80 degrees. That's nice. Tad doesn't like it too much, though. I went for a walk yesterday during the day. You gotta get out and walk. You can't be sitting all day. And Tad's like, well, I'll go and look and see how it is outside, and maybe I'll go for a walk with you. And I said, all right. And he, as soon as the door opened, he felt the warm air. He goes, oh, no, I'll wait here. I go, why don't you stop wearing the stupid hoodie, and that way you won't be so hot. But it's his security blanket, I guess. I don't know. He's got to wear the hoodie. Jeff says, what a great day to be alive. Great day to grab the camera and go get some field footage. It is, and I wish I had the time to do that today. Stephen Taft and I are going to make time to do it once he gets back from his trip. We're going to we want the leaves to be leafed out just a little more. Gettysburg was fought during the summer. And so if we're going to do videos about the battle, I feel like it should depict summer. Although this can be close enough, right? It can be close enough. Faye says she's going to be in town for a month in June, July. Question, did I hear you say that we would be sitting around confabbing at the Barlow Knoll Get Out of the Car tour rather than walking? Yeah, all of the tours this year, I wouldn't say are sitting around, but certainly feel free to grab a chair and bring it along with you for your comfort. The idea of the tours this year are sort of what they are. Well, if you go back to our anniversary shows last year, and if you go to the Tavern Talks that are coming out next week, or the first one is at least, we're kind of trying to flip the script a bit and put you, the tourist, the audience, the whatever you want to call yourself, on par with the guide or the historian, and we basically want to have discussions about these things. With Addressing Gettysburg, we're trying to get a deeper understanding of the battle. When I say we, I mean I am, and everybody that's involved with the show. We want to really get in touch with the history, and we want to really get a deeper understanding. Numbers, names, dates, they're all good. You need them, but that's not where it should end. And so instead of, and not that we aren't going to do this, we're going to do a mix of things. But instead of having an historian stand at a podium and lecture you for 45 minutes and then give you 15 minutes to ask questions, hopefully you remembered those questions, because that's how it goes. 10 minutes in, you got a question about something, and by the time the opportunity for the Q&A comes, you've forgotten the question because you had 5 or 6 others that have come up. And so I believe, and I think we're proving it to be true, that if you allow discussion during the quote-unquote lecture, you have more opportunity for people to ask questions because they ask them on the spot and don't keep track and try to have to remember them and all that other stuff. So that's the idea there. So we're not touring. Also, that's one of the ideas, actually. The other idea is the time is 45 minutes to an hour. And that was an idea by my darling Cindy. And she said, there's people like me who come on these tours because our boyfriends or our husband or our girlfriend or our wife is into it, but we're not. And 2 hours is a bit torturous for us to stand around in a field in the heat, the bugs, the snakes, the wolves, the fox, the bears, and listen to somebody talk history. So you should do them like 45 minutes to an hour, call them micro tours or something. And I said, you know what? I like that. I like that idea, because there are plenty of institutions that will provide you that 2-hour walk that you want to do. And your uninterested spouse or significant other is not a factor in that. But I believe that if we give it to you in small doses, we can make that uninterested spouse suddenly interested. So that's kind of the idea there. And also, like, you feed off of each other. And someone's question might spark a question in you. You might know the answer to it and get excited because you can answer. I don't know. Who knows? It's fun. It's going to be fun. What else? Jeff says that the Get Out of the Car tours are wonderful. Eric, Lewis, and Matt have a great interview primer. Yeah, so we have an interview for it, and we also have what do you call it? If you go to addressinggettysburg.com and you go to the events tab and find the Get Out of the Car tours, we have the material for you to peruse, and I recommend you do this. You peruse it before the tour so that you come armed with some knowledge and questions. And Yeah, you know. By the way, we also are doing that for the Tavern Talks. I think the Tavern Talks page has all of them up already, so you can get a jump on all of the Tavern Talks coming out. And I think Eric is working on getting all of the Get Out of the Car tours up so that they're all there. You can download them and read them at your leisure. And so we're really making an effort this year to um, make it so that you can come and participate. That's the idea. Zeppelin, I have seen the trailer for Young Washington. Um, you know, I'll see. I'll see. I don't know. We'll see. There's something about when they make a war movie, feel like a first-person video game. Not a war, not that this is a war movie, but like the battle scenes. From what I could see, I know there's supposed to be action and there's supposed to be heart pounding and all that stuff, but when it feels too special effecty and people doing video game character type things, it kind of takes me out of it. But I'm kind of weird that way. The only good one is The Crossing with Jeff Daniels. I like The Crossing. So our resident Rev War historian Ken Gavin, I asked him about The Crossing because I watched it to kind of put a picture in my head prior to doing our Washington's Crossing episode with Ken. And I said, one of the things I did, it wasn't the only thing, one of the things I did to prepare for this was watch The Crossing. And he goes, ugh, good luck. Ken is he does not like most of the Revolutionary War content that has come out in, let's say, the last 25, 30 years, or really ever. Does not like The Patriot, does not like The Crossing. Um, I think he was okay with John Adams, so that's a win. But most of them, he hates the Al Pacino Revolution. Most of them, though, he does not like them. But I'm of the Gary Edelman school of thought, where as long as it gets you interested, it's easier to undo all the mistakes than to get you to light that spark in the first place. Yeah, John Adams was a very good miniseries. Cherry Pie says, "How's Tim doing? Seen anybody like I said in almost 2 years?" Tim who? Yeah, Cherry, we are glad you're back. It's nice to see your name again. Where have you been all these 2 years? I'll have to watch 1776. Everybody seems to love it, and I have an aversion to musicals. I break out in hives, but maybe I'll take it in small doses. The funny thing is, and Court even pointed this out on the show last night, is my I'm aware of a lot of songs from musicals, but it's because like Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and all those people did them. And then I found out they're from a musical, and I was like, oh. And then I go and I find the musical version of it, and I go, yeah, this is why I hate musicals. You know that Don Henley song, "Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat." I thought that was a pretty cool song, and then I found out it's from what is it, Guys and Dolls or something like that. And so I'm like, well, let me hear what the theater version of it is, and it's terrible, terrible. It's like I equate musicals, like musical version of musical songs, to Bob Dylan's music. Structurally, lyrically, they're good songs, but performance-wise, it makes me want to gouge my eyes out. So, when in the hands of a more capable, relatable singer or musician or both, uh, it is a good song. You see how good the song is. Give you some examples. I already did "Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat." "Luck Be a Lady," Francis Albert. What's that? "I have often walked down this street before." Dean Martin does a great version of that. Bobby Darin did a great version of that. I shudder to think what the Broadway version of that is. What's another one? Bob Dylan. "Knocking on Heaven's Door." Clapton, Guns N' Roses, both better versions, way better versions. What else? Oh, "Don't Think Twice, It's All Right." Clapton again. That one. Go on, go on YouTube. Type in Eric Clapton. "Don't Think Twice, It's All Right." And you have to find the version because he's done a couple different versions. You have to find the version from Bob Dylan's 30th anniversary at Madison Square Garden. Clapton comes out and he blueses that thing up and just kills on the solos. And then I was like, well, God, I got to hear what Dylan's version sounds like. Please, come on, people. Please stop saying to get on the show. Right. Like, just tell me the story. I don't need you to sing. I went to my grandfather. I guess he and my grandmother, when they were younger, used to go to like Broadway shows. And so when she died, we would take him out to Broadway shows. The grandkids would take turns going with him or whatever, and my dad and I went to a few of them. I think I went to Phantom of the Opera and whatever, and oh, they like it's just ugh. Uh, Now, but by the way, well done. Like I can appreciate the craft of putting on these shows, right? I just can't stand musicals. But we went and saw one, and I don't think this was a musical because I liked it. It was The Scarlet Pimpernel. I think that's just a play, if I'm not mistaken, or there might be very little music in it. Either way, I liked that one. I don't remember anything from it, but I enjoyed it. And but man, those Broadway theater seats are really tiny, very uncomfortable. Tommy's a good musical. Yep. Um, I saw that in high school. The music department, we did a field trip to Broadway to see Tommy, and that was good. I liked that. Um, what was the other one? I feel like there was. Oh, I want to see the Book of Mormon. I haven't seen that. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like it just they make my skin crawl. I can't do them. Sorry. I don't agree, Matt says Kevin. Dylan's original "Knocking on Heaven's Door" from the movie soundtrack is untouchable to me. Okay. I mean, okay. I would argue that it's because you probably were of an impressionable age when it came out. But okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll take Clapton or Guns N' Roses over that any other day. But now, in fairness to your submission, I will listen to that version of the song if it's on and I can't turn it off. It doesn't bother me to listen to that version. Dylan's version, in other words. The other Dylan song I like is "Like a Rolling Stone." I think that's good. What is it? "Rainy Day Women," whatever it is. "Everybody Must Get Stoned." That's a good one. I like that one. Um, pretty sure that's it. It's about all I can take. And I think the thing that's the saving grace for "Like a Rolling Stone" for me is that the it's the organ and the drums and the bass. Zeppelin says, you know, it's funny with the director's cut of Gods and Generals, they still have not fixed the Battle of Antietam date in the film. I always cringe when I see that they're not going to spend the money to go back in and fix that and render it all out and distribute it to all the places where it is or DVDs or whatever. That it's just not worth it for them to get that right and spend that money to do it. Um, what was it? Oh, I was watching. I haven't really ever really watched a full like Attaché video, but like I've watched snippets and stuff. I try not to watch other people, as it's that's all it is. Um, I don't want to get influenced or discouraged in my own work, so I just don't watch. But I watched this one because he does it on Gods and Generals, and it was the most satisfying thing I've watched in such a long time. Um, it was just a takedown of the film. It was oh, it was great. It was great. I even commented on it. Dylan has never done anything good, says Eric Houston. Well, there you go. So Dylan doesn't even think. I mean, Eric doesn't even think there's one good thing. Let me ask you this, uh, Eric. Those songs that I mentioned that were better as covers by other people, do you even like those? Matt Kelly can't stand musicals either. My man. Only good one I saw was Titanic. A comedy spoke. Okay, I will see a comedy musical because even if it's not directly spoofing musicals, it's spoofing musicals. So it's not taking the genre seriously, yet it's taking it seriously enough to make a comedy musical. I will watch those. It says if I'm seeing a musical, I want it to be funny. That's the only way I'll make it through. That and booze. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Matt. Kevin says to try Dylan's Not Dark Yet. I will, just to be able to say why I won't like it, but I'll give it a try. Um, I've had a let's see, when did I get into classic rock? So I've had 35 years to finally see the genius of Dylan, and I have yet to find it. Glory did get it right. Well, Glory didn't get it right historically, but in essence, Glory got it right. Glory is a great movie. We did on our Patreon version of AG Today last night. We did top 5 films of all time, and it was fun because everybody really got into it. Court even did a thing where he did the top 5. He was trying to predict what everybody else's top 5s were, which I thought was a clever idea. And we we had fun with it. We had fun with it, but everybody had such good choices except Tad's. Tad's were, art house type avant-garde bullshit or something, or maybe it was just stuff that only Gen Zers know. But either way, I could tell by the titles they just weren't any good, and that's how good I am at judging. I can just tell by the title. They say you can't judge a book by its cover, and you can't judge a movie by its title. I say malarkey, Don Malarkey. I absolutely can.
I've done it for my entire life. Now, um, that was a lot of fun to do that. But what was tough about it was Mike Lentz came up with, I think he said 60, 61 or 65, 55, something, a lot of them, decades of films. And he had to narrow it down to five. Now, the rules were you get an honorable mention, but perhaps in the text message, the N didn't come through in and or the whole word actually. Mike had like 12 honorable mentions, and then his five top five. But all of them are good though, and that's what's so hard about it. That's why top fives are fun, is because you're limited to six, and it doesn't have to be ranked, so they don't have to be in any particular order. They could be in random order, but they it's hard to narrow down, and my top five today are totally different than what they would have been or what they were yesterday because it's hard. It's there's so many good ones, and what makes them good? Is it like I accused Kevin of? Is it nostalgia that makes you think a certain movie is a great movie? They say that things that happen or come out, musically or movie wise when you're between the ages of, like, I think it's 12 and maybe 17 or something like that, uh, are, go down in your book as the best. Um, and it's got some scientific reason for that. Well, a lot of the things that I think are the best or I have fond memories of, I'm going to turn around and take you a different way. It's earlier than I thought. Um, they're they all came out when I was in that age range. Glory, Young Guns 2, God, it's probably a ton of them. But if I were to look at them objectively as a film, is it actually any good? And the answer might be no. Although Glory definitely holds up. And Young Guns 2, for like a Brat Pack vehicle, was actually pretty good, and the history is not terribly off. So I think that's good. Apparently they're doing a Young Guns 3. I don't know how that's gonna go, but we'll see. Wonder Monkey says my daughter loves Broadway. Makes me drive her to New York City at least once a year. Love driving through the Delaware Water Gap. Yeah, that's pretty there. Kevin says, I was an impressionable age in 1973. Perhaps. I was only 20, but I started listening to Dylan about 1964 along with the Beatles. Well, I mean, 20 is still young. I don't remember the age range. It could be like till 25 for all I know. But I guess that would make sense, 25, because that's when they say the brain stops developing, right? I'm waiting for mine to start. Jerry Pie says, "Oh Matt, thank you for being live today. These views are making me cry happy tears." Well, good. As long as I get you to cry, I don't care if it's happy or sad tears. We want emotion out of you. Eric says, "Okay, he wrote some decent songs. His singing is terrible." Yeah, I think he wrote decent songs as performed by anybody else. Yoko Ono can do a better version of any Dylan song. I would listen to that on repeat to fall asleep to than any Dylan, well, not any, but then just about any Dylan recorded Dylan song. We're on Hospital Road here, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, no, are we Hospital? No, this is Blacksmith Shop Road. Sorry. Hospital Road is coming up. But we're going to go to, we're going to go up the back of, I guess it's between Little Round Top and Munshowers Hill.
Unfortunately, I don't have the, well, I'll lose you if I try to go up on Little Round Top, so I'm not going to do it. And hopefully, I don't lose you on this road. I haven't been on this road doing a live in a long time, and therefore, you know, don't know what the cell service is like anymore because like, apparently that changes. I think here's the thing on Dylan and Kevin's defending him, and I want to defend Dylan too. I think the reason, because Kevin says to Eric, Eric, are you at all, I think you wanted to say, familiar with Dylan's massive standalone contribution to the American music catalog? And that is true. He has influenced a lot of people, a lot of musicians. I hear cite Dylan. The Beatles loved Dylan, and the Beatles were great, right? So, what is it about great songwriters like the Beatles to slum it and like Dylan? Obviously, it's LSD, it's drugs. There's not many, I work with Tad now. Tad's 23 or 4 or something like that. And, we're in a creative space, so we'll have music going once in a while. And I'll go ahead, Tad, put on whatever you want. And he'll pull up the Doors. He'll pull up sometimes the Beatles, all that stuff. Never pulls up Dylan. And he's and I think it's because Dylan can only be enjoyed while under the influence of LSD or constant intake of marijuana, and I think that's why his legend, it kind of stops with the boomers, and maybe a little bit of Gen X, the older end of Gen X. But I think so. That's my defense of Dylan is he's good if you're on drugs. I think that's a fair assessment of Robert Zimmerman. I don't know if you noticed. I should have stopped and pointed that out. The controlled burn areas. Oh, here you can see the dark spots are what they burned. Was that last week or 2 weeks ago? Glad to see them back to doing this because this area, especially down here, was turning into a jungle. I do notice saplings are still here, so they're going to eventually be full trees again. But for now, we can see things. It's always nice to see things. I remember when all the beaver people and all the leave the trees alone people, obviously not history people, and so the two worlds that collide here at Gettysburg. The people who think that because the word park is in the name of this place, that it's a recreational space for them to walk and jog, and you certainly can walk and jog. Don't rollerblade or picnic unless it's a designated area. So you can sort of enjoy it recreationally, but not really. Don't do it. Don't throw balls. Leave your balls alone. Leave your balls in the car. Um, but the hell was I going at? That rambling? Oh yeah.